Scarring every cell in your body. The more you get exposed to, the stronger the echoes are, and the less tolerant you are. It becomes a perpetual trap of sensory overload. On top of that, or maybe because of it, falling asleep and staying asleep can be very hard. It can really put you in a nasty mood because A, you're tired, and B, it's unpredictable when you're having a good or bad night. And those are just the physical challenges of being autistic. The core of the problem lies in the brain and how it understands your own emotions as well as those of others. The main problem is, it doesn't. Our brains were built to understand concepts that can be broken down into logical pieces or chains of rationale. For example, most of us understand math facts well because the steps used to get the answers are either right or wrong. Then, as if dealing with autism weren't hard enough, there's one misconception that many normal people believe, and they can brainwash you into believing it too, that autistics are only interested in ourselves and the universe we inhabit inside our head. Really, we are interested in others, and we do want to inhabit the same universe as everyone else. However, because of what I said earlier, we have trouble doing either. Retreating into our heads is our only respite from the constant chaos. We stay in our heads because it is so much simpler than venturing out. When we finally take the initiative to try, it is often hard to function on a basic level because we are constantly being flooded with sensory info. Plus, we were so busy being overwhelmed by emotions and sensations in the past, we didn't have the space in our brains to absorb knowledge or on how to interact with others, so we aren't very good at it. For these reasons, often the attempt to socialize becomes uncomfortable for both the autistic and the regular person. Basically, we autistics are poorly rewarded for a task that is very hard, so we avoid doing it. In this way, autistics are the same as humans.
Wow.
She's awesome, isn't she?
And you said these are all her own words.
They are absolutely all her own words.
Are we any closer in 2013 to understanding the root cause of autism?
I believe we are making progress. I believe that there will be so many different factors that it will be difficult to pin just one down. I'm hoping we're closer.
Do many autistic children show the progress that Florida has?
Many show the progress. However, far too many do not. The real issue is, unlike some disorders, like diabetes, there is no one-size-fits-all answer. Parents are left searching for what's right for their child. Sometimes, while we're searching, we lose time. The most effective way to help an autistic individual recover is early intervention. Florida's case, she was fortunate. She was 3. That's actually late in today's standards. We'd like to get those children much younger.
Florence Frenz, on the autistic spectrum, wrap her up for me.
I would like people to understand that every child is an individual, that this book was a result of finding a medium that worked for Florida, which was drawing, and expanding on that. Now, for your child, that might be different. Find what their interest is, use it to motivate them, and you will see that they will be able to learn a great deal. Key things in working with your child: be creative. Find different ways to engage them.
You've learned a lot, too.
I learn every day when I'm with the kids that I work with, and that is the joy of the work that I do. I go in with an open mind, and I learn from each child and each individual. We have a large population of children who have similar disabilities that are growing up right now. We can either work to have them be happy and functional or not. I know a lot of high-functioning individuals that really won't be able to function as adults because they haven't been taught the proper skills. And so it's very important for us as a society to be aware of this.
Do you think you'll ever come to the point of writing a book about your career?
My sister has been trying to get me to write a book for years, and perhaps someday when I have time and space. I am not so egotistical as to think that I can just sit down and write a book. It takes practice. It takes time. It takes putting the work in, and right now I don't have the time. Maybe someday.
Shelah Moss, talking for author Florida Frenz on the Autistic Spectrum. Thank you so much for being with us today. I know my listeners will enjoy your telling us about Florida Frenz and her book.
Thank you, Adam. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for your time, experience, and expertise that you have shared today. If you're looking for a community of like-minded individuals who can offer support, tools, and advice about how you can start your own adventures in writing, prepare to have the cauldron of your imagination stirred. I started the Eat, Sleep, Write podcast for one purpose: to do everything I can to get your voice heard about your writing and get more eyes on your books. My goal is to do whatever it takes to help you achieve the success you so richly deserve.
Thank you for listening to another edition of the Eat, Sleep, Write podcast, located at eatsleepwrite.net. Please send any questions, comments, or suggestions to comments@eatsleepwrite.net. Please consider a donation to support the Eat, Sleep, Write podcast. Donations can be sent to our PayPal address at donations@eatsleepwrite.net. Once in a lifetime, the theme music for the Eat, Sleep, Write podcast, courtesy of Stephen Paul, all rights reserved, used by permission. Please join us again for the next edition of the Eat, Sleep, Write podcast.